What's going on, guys? I have with me today Indianboy23 with the 20 win completion on the first day challenge came out, and I believe the first try. So here's Indian Boy with this LavaHound deck. Indian Boy, welcome. How are you,
Hey,
man?
thank you for having me on, man. It's good
Yeah,
to be
man.
on.
I'm glad you DM me right after your win, so the replays don't go away.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that you had stuff for your channel and all that, so.
Dude, appreciate it, man. So why don't you run down this deck and why you chose to run this?
Actually, one of my really good friends, J. Co, he's a really good Lava Hound player as well. And so he created this deck, and it was more to, because like some matchups are really terrible, like especially against, like Golem,
Hmm.
sometimes can be really challenging, especially because you don't have like a really solid tank killer.
Right, so instead
But
of the lumberjack, you chose Inferno Dragon, right? Or
yeah, and then instead of, Mega Minion, you have guards or flip them, whatever,
vice
but
versa. Gotcha.
yeah, and so that way, it also helps more against that Golem Prince deck, which is, like, everywhere, and so it feels like a really solid deck in terms of countering those. The only weakness this deck probably has is against any, like, Inferno Tower, Inferno Dragon decks, but it's still really solid because you can overwhelm them usually.
Cool. All right, man. Let's hop into your first match here. We're starting off with your 16th win.
Yeah,
So we're just gonna do the last four here. I'm gonna hit watch, but I'm gonna hit pause so that way we can do it at the same time.
yeah.
So, oops, I kind of. Let's go watch.
Okay, I'm
Pause.
at 3.
All right, you ready? In three, two, one. All right, so as the match is going on, kind of just run through your mind what you're thinking. Uh,
Mhm.
how soon do you determine what deck he's running? I mean, I could just tell him he's playing Expo, but as soon as the Skellies come down, do you think Expo automatically, or what are the few decks that run through your?
Well, so obviously the two viable ones are Hog 2.6 and 2.9 Expo, and usually an Expo player will play like an Ice Golem behind the King Tower, so I'm waiting for something like that, or the Archers, which I guess he eventually plays.
Right, there's there.
And this matchup is also terrible. This is probably one of the worst matchups that you could get, just because there's so many strong defenses, and like
Hmm.
usually it's really hard to break through. So I'm when I see this, I'm not excited because I'm already what 15-2 or 16-2 at this point. So
Oh wow.
I'm a little nervous. And so yeah, for them in this matchup, they want to go really aggressive because they know I can't defend this well.
Right, right. So that's why he's going everything.
Yeah, but I still managed to defend this pretty well. Only take like 500 damage. But with this, you can't play Lava Hound in single elixir unless you have some huge advantage, because otherwise the defense in this deck is so strong that Expo will shut down anything.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's like key, like knowing when to play Lava Hound, right?
yes, that's I mean, because a lot of people will always start with Lava Hound in the back, and that's just very matchup dependent. But I would never like immediately just off the bat start with a Lava Hound in the back because that's just not a good play.
It was an interesting log from him. He kind of just ignored half your guards to take out the rest of
Yeah, I think he just wanted
the
the
chip.
tower damage, which is
Yeah.
not advisable. Like as an Expo player, I'd rather have the Expo walk as opposed to
Right.
just the log damage. But
Especially early on like this. All right, so here
yeah,
you're feeling confidence, double elixir. You're going in with the lava hound, Inferno
yeah,
dragon.
because now if he wants to deal with the Inferno Dragon, he like there's no way for him to adequately deal with it. So I want him to fireball the flying machine instead.
I think he's probably gonna.
Yeah, I don't know why he so long
Ooh, he
fireball.
waited. Do you think he could have
Yeah.
fit the flying machine and the Inferno dragon there?
I think he could've, but I mean, you can make a lot of mistakes in this matchup as an Expo player and still come out on top.
Yeah. No, as
So
an Expo main, I know that usually lava hound's a pretty solid matchup, especially lava loon. But
yeah,
this version, I feel like I'd be scared, especially with guards and not being
there's
able to just
definitely
log them.
there's definitely more like options, but as with any like as in with most LavaHound decks, you don't really have like a tank that's like good enough at like killing an expo quickly enough, and especially with that health buff, that thing lasts forever.
Oh yeah, no, I'm loving that health buff, especially against like a rocket log bait.
Oh yeah, because then it'll just like it's just such an easy like elixir
That
like
extra chip.
yeah
It looks like
yeah
you're handling yourself really well. He only got a couple of locks, and for only short periods of time. That was probably
yeah
the longest lock he got, I think.
yeah, and that's like that's the important part. He messed up early in that push that I got with the Inferno Dragon.
Hmm.
That really sort of like allowed me to just take the dub there.
Yeah, it looks like at this point you could just poison cycle him.
Yeah, so I'm not playing Lava Hound at all anymore. I think I actually might play here just for like as a block, yeah.
Right,
And
right.
so but I'm really just trying to cycle poisons at this point because 2 poisons will take it.
Yeah, no, yeah, why even risk, you know, yeah, another expo?
But yeah,
Hopefully.
at this point, yeah, I'm just like trying to cycle as quickly as I can.
You do you think that if he played it perfectly, he could have had you, or do you think you had matchup?
I think even if he like didn't play perfectly, he should have won just because of like at least in my opinion, like a really good Expo player like will not struggle with this matchup at all.
I've seen a couple. I saw who is it? Not like uh, his name. He got 20 wins with Expo.
Oh, Air Surfer for sure did it. I
Right,
think 20-0 too.
20 and out.
Yeah, there are a couple of Expo players that have already done it, so
Right,
Expo
so
is definitely strong. Yeah.
yeah, the Expo I've seen a couple of times get 20 wins. I don't know if SB ran it. Not sure.
I don't think
Um,
SB is an Expo player, but I might be that.
yeah, I mean, honestly, everybody's playing Expo it seems. All
Oh,
right,
true.
so next match is an RG. It's kind of weird RG. No
Yeah.
furnace, use Tombstone. Let's see. I'm gonna jump in and hit pause.
Yep.
Ready?
I'm on 3.
3, 2, 1, go.
And so in terms of starting plays, there's really not a good one unless you have Tombstone and Guards in cycle, because the only
Mm,
way I would do Lava Hound in the back is if I have either of those in hand.
right. It just seems like Baby Dragon off the bat's probably not the best starting.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
because there's a lot of minion hordes still going around. It's just I would never consider doing that.
How do you feel against like a pump deck with this?
Ump decks are really rough for
Yeah.
this just because the only way to answer it is usually a poison unless you have a big enough push that'll take it out in like one like attempt. But
Right. Take a tower
usually
out.
like but especially with this deck, this isn't meant to be like a take a tower with one like push.
Right. That's more the lumberjack version.
Yeah, it's just like with this deck, it's more like a chip cycle deck if anything, for like for how beat down it is.
So for this
So
matchup, I know you said earlier, sorry to cut you off,
yeah, no, go.
that you don't play Lava Hound till double elixir unless it's a certain matchup. I guess RG would be the exception.
Yeah, and with even with that, I would only go same lane as the Royal Giant player just because, like, especially with the so in this matchup, it's actually more favorable just because he doesn't have E-Wiz,
Right,
and
right,
so I will just like you'll see here, I just plop that right down just because there's no way for him to reset it unless he chooses to Fireball.
right. Smart man.
So yeah, so this matchup is definitely not as hard as the Furnace one, but it's still difficult because he can NATO everything away,
Hmm.
and that baby dragon lives forever. So, but here I
Yeah.
think I'm like, up a little bit, so I'm comfortable going with Lava Hound in the back.
Oh, yeah. It's like you kind of control their gameplay by throwing that flying machine, in the back.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
also, I think you gave him a little bit of tower value, but like
But
worth it.
yeah, that was so that the Inferno dragon, sorry, could stay alive a little bit longer.
This guy's leaking.
Yeah, but he that was a really good timed NATO and fireball. So
Guess
kudos on
that's
his part.
why. I guess that's why he was leaking. Trying to wait for the puffs to come out.
Yeah, which is the better play to make. But But now here, this deck works a lot better because Inferno Dragon can literally kill any of those troops easily by itself. And
Right.
so I'm comfortable just playing it in the back and stacking troops because he can't fireball alone like Inferno Dragon because that's not good value. And so I'm just playing defensive, setting up, and just cycling again. And
It looks
then
like he can't even play RG at this point, like playing defense because you have so much aggression on him.
yeah, and that has to do with the fact that I have Inferno Dragon instead, because if he Royal Giant straight into it, he has no way of resetting it.
Right. Unless he
And
fireballs and
so
then your flying machine. Yeah.
exactly. So that's why this matchup isn't as difficult as the E was one with Furnace.
Did you feel any sense of relief that you were matched up with this deck when you first came in?
Not like initially because Royal Giant can do so much damage so quickly, but
But now at this point, you're like, all right,
but yeah, the the goal in this matchup is to make sure you get out of double or out of single elixir without taking too much damage.
got you.
Because otherwise, he can just fireball cycle or like RG at the bridge alone can typically just do like what 500 damage.
Yeah, easily.
So you really have to be careful. And he makes a good play here by NATOing it away.
That's off. Nice. He should have
Yeah.
done that a couple of times earlier.
I but that's the thing. I like applied so much pressure that he like wouldn't have been able to.
Right, right. Couldn't even play
So
RG.
exactly.
That should be fire. I mean, poison.
Poison, but yeah. And so he's probably gonna try and just get whatever chip damage he can get, but at this point, it's pretty much game over. So
Late. Too late to
yeah,
apologize. Well played, sir.
thank you.
This was exciting.
Yeah, like I said, I'd never been past 18 wins before, so it was just like I'm like nervous right now.
So
So
what's up next? It's the qualifiers, right?
yeah, I think so. I don't know too much about how that works because there's no what do you call it, combine.
Right,
So I
right,
don't really
right.
know how that's gonna
I
work,
think it's
but
an online qualifier first.
yeah, I think so. And then from there, I don't know what's gonna
And then
happen,
from
but
there, I think team pick players
maybe
or try to pick
I
up players. And I really hope that you get put on a team. That'd be awesome to watch
honestly,
you go through that.
I would love that opportunity, especially if it happens during the summer when I don't have school. That would be awesome.
Are you at the adequate age?
Yeah, so I'm in my 4th year of college right now,
Okay,
so
okay. You're
I'm well
definitely
above
in.
the age.
You're
Yeah,
definitely good to go.
yeah.
But all right, dude. Let's hop into the next one. 18. Oops. Gotta pause it there. Accidentally, I played it up to 258. So if you want to like play pause it,
Okay. Okay, I'm
and
paused at 258.
all right, ready on three, one. Right. So we're going up against a rare recruit Ram Rider deck. I haven't really seen much of this.
I have never seen this deck, so I see the Mega Minion and immediately think, "Oh, good, Golem," and so I play LavaHound in the back because I can kill it, and then I see Ram Rider, and now I'm really confused because I don't think I've seen too many Ram Rider decks with Mega Minion in it.
Hmm.
So in my head, I'm thinking, what the heck?"
Right,
And
because I don't even
so
think Ram Rider P.E.K.K.A has Mega Man.
yeah, exactly, or at least, like, the most common variations don't. So at this point, I see Magic Archer too, so now I'm really confused as to, like, what's up.
Yeah, I feel
And
like this
so
man just made this deck for the town.
and so I'm just, like, really confused, and I, like, don't know what to play at all, and so I'm doing my best to,
Play it as
just play
on the
defensive
fly.
at this point because I have no idea what he has, yeah.
At
And the
this
reason I
point,
bar barrel though yeah, sorry, the reason I bar
okay,
barrel is because I don't want that tombstone to go away just because the Ram Rider is such
right.
a nuisance if it, like, locks on.
Ram Rider almost always. It's
I know, and I as soon as I, like, realized that I misplaced my tombstone, I, like, immediately, like, regret it.
oof, and then you had to play another Tombstone to kind of help take it out.
Yeah, and so
That's crazy.
immediately not a good start, but I know that, I'm up elixir, so I'm comfortable in this situation, playing my Lava Hound. Or at least I'm
Gotcha.
pretty sure I play it.
I mean, yeah, you're definitely up at least 2 elixirs, so
Yeah.
be a good feel.
I
Now, you go your low tower, or you go your high tower? That's the question. All right, so you go
uh, it,
low.
u- it usually depends on the matchup. I think in this case, I want them to go opposite lane
Okay.
just because um it'll be. I mean, I don't know Yaz Hunter yet,
Okay.
but
It'll be easier for you to defend, basically.
yeah, like to counter push essentially.
Smart
But
guard placement, try to bring
yeah,
it.
so that my guards will come this way.
Nice play. Basically a
But
useless
this,
Ram Rider.
yeah, but it was helpful in terms of setting up the hunter to get just all sorts of damage, which is a bummer.
Ooh, his fireball missed the beat.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about Flying Machine in this deck is that it forces your opponent to be like, okay, I can't play like Fireball unless it's for the
Flying machine.
Flying. Yeah, exactly.
Right, so that just leaves your Inferno Dragon there to just do whatever havoc it has to do.
Yeah,
Pretty
and
sweet.
so here I'm like up decent, so I want to sort of just press the issue and start poison cycling as much as I can.
That's a great poison. It's also gonna take out that hunter.
Yep, and so will this. And so now he's either forced to fireball now, which would be terrible because then the pups would destroy it, but it's too late at that point.
Oof. Nicely
So yeah.
done. So he had to wait till the pups pop, but that was just
Yeah, exactly.
play it, dude.
So yeah.
Hence, man. I feel like I'm watching
Yeah.
it live almost. So for 20 wins, you're probably sweating right now. 19 and
Oh, I
2.
was I was jittery, man. I could barely focus.
But then when you found out it was Golem, did that even help? Did that even make you feel better?
Well, so the only way this matchup or well, yeah, the only way this matchup could have been like terrible for me is if he had lightning.
Okay, let's hop
And
in and let's
yeah, let's
discuss while we're in there. I'm gonna pause it at 3.
yep.
Ready on 3. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, so continue. I'm sorry.
No, no worries. And so I'm just I again, I don't know what he's playing, so but I'm like nervous because this is my first chance at getting 20 wins. And
So you kind of wait a little. Oh, okay, no, you do play the
so
Tombstone.
so I played Tombstone because that's usually the best play, and he doesn't play anything. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll play LavaHound then.
If you were him, what would you do? Barbell the Tombstone?
I think so, just because then you have like one less like ground troop to deal with.
Right.
But he decides to go Golem, and now I'm thinking, okay, as long as he doesn't have like E drag or NATO, I'm gonna win this matchup.
You're
And
thinking
like
that right now at 20 wins,
right now,
20
yeah.
and 2. Oof, the confidence that this man has is insane. I love it.
But like that's the power of this deck. Like you like don't have like great matchups all the time, but like this is probably the best matchup you could get for this deck.
And it's just so fortunate that you got it at 20.
Oh yeah, I like honestly like this. I know this player. He's pretty good, and I don't think I would have won any other matchup if he like if I had a different deck. If he had a different deck, I like would not have been so sure of that. But just because like his only way of breaking through is like Golem Prince, and I have two of the best counters, which is Tombstone and Guards. There's like very little way for him to break through.
I know you mentioned it. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a little breaking through. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
mean we'll see it, but at this point, I'm feeling really good about my chances, especially because he doesn't have Prince to like pressure me.
Right, right.
So I'm just gonna rinse, cycle and repeat. He hasn't played a big spell yet, so I'm still a little worried that he might have lightning. But
He hasn't played a snowball yet, you mean? Or his
or no,
poison, right?
yeah,
Oh,
he
there's
hasn't
a
played
snow.
either. But at this point, I'm honestly not too worried.
Dude, in that tune. Uh,
Yeah, it's just shredding up everything, and
and he
he
has
can't even break
nothing.
through. Yeah,
Nothing. That is insane, bro. Yeah, I might still have to try this deck out. I haven't played the 21 challenge really. I think I played one
yeah.
game with Expo and that was it.
But yeah, like there I could have, but I'd rather save up and like try and like because at this point it's really close.
Right. I think this is like where you're like, all right, I just gotta keep the pressure on,
Yep,
kind of just
absolutely.
cycle. You know, he's on his back heels, so he's not really going aggressive at all at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And so at this point, I'm comfortable those guards were a mistake. I was trying to poison that,
Oh, okay.
but um,
At least you didn't poison your king tower.
very true. That would have been sad, but
You
I
probably
mean,
still
like,
would have
if I
won, but
yeah, I mean, if I had poisoned earlier, I probably would have won on that push. But at this point, I'm just like, I'm confident that I have this game in the bag. He's gonna try to go opposite lane, but that low
nah,
tombstone placement is still gonna pull.
that's not
So
gonna
I'm
happen. This gives you your
exactly
perfect window.
yeah. And so at this point, I know I have this game won. There's no way he's gonna.
Woo! And you're celebrating right now with
Yeah.
the hammer emote. So how's it feel, bro? You have yo. Can you share the new emote you got in the chat
Oh,
real quick?
absolutely. This
Let's
is like
take a look at
this
it.
is it is such a flex emo.
Just
I
spam that shit all the way down, all the way down.
It's like all the way at the back of my emo list though, so I have to like scroll twice.
Oh, that's you know what? That's weird. I feel like when you make a emote deck, it should be in the front.
I kind of want to yeah, I just there's some emotes that I want to spam all the time. So I don't know. I don't like how it's set up, but it is what it is.
It's pretty cool. I know that sometimes it like bugs out and the trophy doesn't come down or whatever,
Or yeah, sometimes the sound lags behind, but
but
it's such a good feeling. I love this emote.
well, dude, I appreciate you sharing. Good luck in the qualifiers, man. I hope to follow you throughout that. Hopefully, keep us informed when you get selected to play, whenever that
Yeah,
is.
absolutely. I'm so stoked for this. Yeah, I'm unbelievably happy. So yeah, thank you for having me on.
Dude, of course, and I know you have some shout outs or some Twitter information you want to get out to our listeners.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, if you all want to follow me on Twitter, Indianboy23. Um, that's my Twitter, and some of my homies that I want to shout out, my homies at Clutch Esports. They're the ones that have supported me a bunch during this like 21 challenge. So shout out to them, and then shout out to my boys Lunger and Jay CR, two of my good homies. They're good dudes. So yeah, thank you for having me on again.
Dude, it's a pleasure. I hope to have you on soon, bro.
Yeah,
And that's gonna be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to post as many 20 wins as we can get. Indian boy, thank you for being the first. You're awesome, bro.
absolutely. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, man. Hey, and stay beautiful. See you, man.
Yeah.